Hi, thank you so much for joining me for today's tutorial on how I make my beautiful Welsh War hearts. So for today's tutorial, I am going to be using my Welsh War here, and this is in the colourway Robin Red, but of course you can use any yarn that you have to hand. And I'm going to be using my crochet hook 3.5mm today, and also going to need a darning needle and a pair of scissors. This is a really fun project because these hearts have so many uses. They can be used as applique, you can attach them to your blankets, your bags, your clothing. They make really cute little pockets, or you can make multiples and string them up as bunting. They make fabulous Valentine's bunting or just all year round lovely Welsh War heart bunting. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so taking our yarn now, we're going to begin with a slip knot. So just do a slip knot and pop that onto your crochet hook. And the first thing we're going to do now is to chain 2. So 1 and 2. In the second chain from the hook, we're going to place 3 single crochet. So this is in US terminology. So if you're using UK terminology, this will be your double crochet. So go ahead now and place 3 single crochet into the second chain from your hook. 2 and 3. Okay, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work over. In the first stitch here, we're going to place 2 single crochet. So this is an increase, 1 and 2. In the next stitch along here, we're going to place 1 single crochet. And in the next stitch, very last stitch, is an increase, and we're going to place 2 single crochet into this stitch. So 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we now have a stitch count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the first stitch, we're going to do another increase. So we're going to place 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, in the very last stitch here now, 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. And chain 1 and turn your work over. Okay, so you now have something that looks very similar to this, and we now have a stitch count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so this is another increase round now. So we're going to place 2 single crochet into that very first stitch. So 1 and 2. In the next stitch along, 1 single crochet. And the next stitch, 1 single crochet. And the next stitch, 1 single crochet. And again, next stitch, 1 single crochet. And the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the very last stitch now, we're going to do an increase and place 2 single crochet in the very last stitch. So 1 and 2. Okay, so you now have something that looks like this. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work over. Okay, now this round is slightly different. For this round, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch along. So we have a stitch count of 9. So we're going to keep our stitch count of 9 on this round and just place 1 single crochet in each stitch. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one 9. Okay, so we just did 1 single crochet in each stitch along. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work over. Okay, so now we're back to an increase round. So we're going to place 2 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to place one single crochet in each stitch along until we reach the very last stitch. So one, and place another single crochet in that very first stitch. Okay, now continue to work one single crochet in each stitch along until we reach the last stitch. Okay, when you get to the last stitch, just stop here now, and in this very last stitch here we're going to place 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2, and we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we now have a stitch count of 11, and this round is not an increase round, so we're going to do 1 single crochet each stitch along, keeping our stitch counts of 11. So go ahead and place 1 single crochet in each stitch along now. So 1, 2, let's get some more yarn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, let's do that one again, 10, and the very last one, 11. Okay, so we now have the base of our heart developing here. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. This round is another increase round, so we're going to place 2 single crochet into the very first stitch, so 1 and 2. Now we're going to continue working along each stitch, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch along until we reach the very last stitch. So continue working now. Okay, and when we get to the last stitch, this is going to be another increase, so we're going to place 2 single crochet into this very last stitch here. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work over. Okay, so we now have a stitch count of 13 stitches, so you can always just go along and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, this is our last increase round now. So we're going to place 2 single crochet into that very first stitch, 1, and again into that first stitch, 2. Okay, now we're going to carry on crocheting 1 single crochet into each stitch along until we reach the very last stitch. Okay, when we get to the very last stitch here, this is our increase, and we're going to place 2 single crochet into the very last stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we now have the base of our heart here, so we've worked this part here. Okay, and now we're going to move on and work the lobes of our heart. Okay, so to make the lobe now, we're going to single crochet along the next 7 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one 7. Okay, now in the next stitch we're going to place a slip stitch. So go ahead and just pop a slip stitch into the next stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we're going to ignore the slip stitch space, and so we now have 7 stitches, so you can go back and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to place one single crochet into the next five stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now in the last 2 stitches here we're going to do a decrease, so we're going to do a single crochet decrease. So we're going to pop the hook through, stitch, pull the yarn through, stop here, so we have 2 loops on our hook. Now we're going to pop the hook in through the next stitch, pull the yarn through. We now have 3 loops on our hook, going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that is our single crochet decrease. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're now going to do another single crochet decrease, so hook through, pull the yarn through, stop, hook through the next stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on your hook now, yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, now we're going to continue doing a single crochet in the next stitch and single crochet into the next stitch, and we have 2 stitches left, and we're going to do another single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do another single crochet decrease, chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to do a single crochet decrease again, followed by another single crochet decrease, and that is the top of our lobe complete. Okay, so all that's left for us to do now is to cut our yarn and make the other lobe. Now take our scissors and just cut our yarn and yarn over and pull through to finish. Okay, so you now have something that looks very similar to this. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and make the second lobe. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our yarn and we are going to place a slip stitch into the same space that we did our previous slip stitch into. If you find this difficult to see and you're new to crochet, you can always count back 7 stitches from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the next space, so that will be here, is where we are going to join our yarn. So go ahead now and join your yarn into that slip stitch space that we previously used, or if you find that difficult to see, then do just count back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go into the next space and join your yarn. And I'm just going to chain 1 to secure. Okay, so now you have your yarn attached, we're going to single crochet into the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, one's getting stuck, doesn't want to go, 5, 6, and the last one is 7. Okay, so now chain 1 and turn our work over. Okay, so now we're going to start with a decrease. So you're going to use your single crochet decrease, so hook through, pull the yarn through, hook through the next stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to single crochet along to the end of the row. Okay, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're going to do a single crochet decrease into the next 2 stitches, so hook through, pull the yarn through, hook through, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches along, so 1 and 2, and now we have 2 stitches left here, and we're going to do another decrease. So another single crochet decrease, and chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, we are now going to do another single crochet decrease followed by another single crochet decrease, and that is the second lobe of our heart complete. So all that's left for us to do now is to cut our yarn. So you can go ahead now, cut your yarn over and pull through. There we go. And there is your lovely heart. So all that's left for us to do now is to obviously weave in our ends, and you can then decide how you're going to use your heart, whether it's going to be as an applique, or how I prefer to do it is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a few more hearts and I'm going to string them up and make a beautiful bunting. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make a beautiful Welsh wool heart, and thank you so much for watching, and do like and subscribe to the channel if you found this tutorial useful, and I shall see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.